Just have to speak up.
Part-time workers are on the rise, but not by choice, and Obamacare may be to blame. A new report from Goldman Sachs shows that several 100,000 Americans have had their hours slashed, and it is so employers don't have to cover them with health insurance. Tennessee Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn is here to go on the record. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
What do you think about the Goldman Sachs report?
I think it is probably spot on, because what we know from Obamacare is that it is difficult for employers with 50-plus employees to keep people working that 40-hour work week, and so they are cutting hours. And we're now up to 6.4 million people who are working part-time simply because they've had their hours cut because of Obamacare.
Well, there's also, according to the report, and I mean, and this is one of the complaints about Obamacare early on, is that if you were a small business person and you have 48 employees or 49 employees and you're thinking of expanding, you're not going to expand because once you hit that 50 threshold, now you've got this huge expense. So it's also, in addition to people getting hours slashed so they get below the 50, people aren't expanding to grow their business to help the community.
That's exactly right, and that's one of the reasons that voters are so frustrated during this election season. They have seen the impact of this, and it affects them in a very real way. Wage stagnation, can't get a promotion, can't get a job, employers are not able to expand, so that affects the entire economy of the community.
Is the Republican Party, who was opposed to Obamacare, this was a completely down party lines decision or vote on Obamacare, are you preparing an alternative? Because people are still hurting and need something.
Absolutely.
Are you doing that?
We've had alternatives since before Obamacare was put into law, going back to the Blair House Summit in 2009. I was the one that brought forward a cross-state line purchase of health insurance, and the reason we did this, Greta, is because Hillary Care was the precursor to Obamacare, and Tennessee, my home state, was the test case for Hillary Care, and it was a disaster. It quadrupled in cost in a period of 5 years, nearly bankrupted the state.
Well, we're going to be watching to see what the Republicans propose between now and November on
We've
insurance.
got a lot of ideas.
All right, well, you better get busy. You got till November. Anyway, Congressman, nice to see you as always.
Good to see you.
And talk about dragging their feet. I'm talking about the IRS.